Okay, welcome to another episode of our project analysis, and you have yet to like and subscribe to our channel, please do so for the next 5 seconds because this will actually help us and do us a great deal by doing so, right? Thank you so much for your support. And today, we actually have one of our very experienced consultants with us, Pepe, to share with us on the upcoming project Skye at Holland.
Hello, hi. Thanks for inviting.
Yeah, and the whole purpose of doing up videos like this is to actually help people out there to make really sound decision when it comes to buying into a new launch.
Yeah, because now it's all about the hype. And what you are hearing may not be really suitable for you as the buyer yourself.
And talking about hype, right, and FOMO, right, recently we actually have a few projects that was actually, in my opinion, some projects are a little bit overhyped and actually sold at above 90% at Springleaf and as well as River Green at 88%. So all this, I think, very good result apart from being hyped and overhyped. I think also partly because the confidence of the buyers is coming back into the market.
And this is not difficult to see because the interest rate are really dropping to a very attractive level right now. And also that these developments, right, they're actually very good quality products from very reputable developers.
Yeah. And we see that some of the very good developers like Capital Land, Guaco Land, and even by Wing Tai, they are able to produce pretty good finishing and such in their development. So that's the reason why you can see that the pickup rate is very fast and very high. Okay, so where would be the next project we're talking about? It would be Skye at Holland coming up in October period 2025. We should be able to see the launch itself.
So a little bit more about this project. This is a joint development by Capital Land, UOL, Sing Land and Keng Leong. It's a 99-year leasehold project and it's only 2 blocks of 40-story high-rise. So total of 666 units and full condo facilities. So we are actually right beside Holland Village, the very familiar place that we grew up in. We are looking at a site area of 12,300 square meters. Most notably, the landscape consultant is Henning Larsen.
Yes, if you talk about this landscape consultant in their industry, right, this is like a mess of their industry. They actually comes from a Danish, Denmark origin. So right now in Singapore, I think they combine or something. So a lot of UOL and Sing Land projects actually uses Henning Larsen as a landscaping consultant. So the projects are going to be very beautiful. In fact, all this landscaping beauty is very important because it will actually help you in your future resale exit strategy in the time to come. So yeah, do check them out. So just to share a little bit more about the developers, as mentioned earlier on, it's a joint venture among these 4 big giants. In fact, Sing Land and Keng Leong are actually subsidiary of UOL, and they have done many projects in the Mayer region, in fact Avenue South as well, and we have even Clairvon. All this, if you really go and see Principal Garden, all their landscaping is beautiful. And recently, just earlier this year, we have UOL and Capital Land coming together to have Parktown residences in Tampines. So they are what we call very renowned and established developer, very stable, always deliver very good products to the consumers out there. So you can rest assured.
Yes, and from what we see, they usually have very competitive pricing strategies that have very good take-up rate right from the start, and also preserving the value for their buyers so that we can still make a profit when we want to exit. So we are in very safe hands.
So when it comes to selecting a development, I feel that developer also plays a very big part.
Definitely.
They have to be good and reputable developer. Okay, so coming up to the unit type itself.
Okay, so for Skye at Holland, we have a 2-bedroom, 2+ study, 3, 4, all the way to 5-bedroom. So in terms of unit type, right, you have a wide variety to choose from. Also coming to the sizes, we have the smallest one at 581 all the way to 1,765.
Right. So what might seem a little bit small on paper at 581 square feet, but bear in mind that this is actually a harmonized plot. Meaning to say the aircon ledges are not included, and in fact the space efficiency is so much better, right? So in the time to come, if you go down to the show flat to experience it, the 581 really don't feel like 581.
In fact, it is equivalent to the units that's around 650 kind, that because they do have aircon ledges that you don't see, and then now this one is really the internal area.
Yep, internal livable space lah. You don't pay for aircon ledges anymore.
Yep, and for unit distribution, we can see that Skye actually have a higher percentage of 2-bedroom units, which is at 55%, compared to 45% of the rest of the unit types.
Yeah. Because you see, all the 2-bedders, just 2-bedders itself is already 55%. But the rest of 3, 4, 5 forms up lesser percentage.
Yes. So what does this tell you about this development?
I feel maybe the developer is also targeting the investor crowd, the investors buyers, because this area is also very close to One North and the Biopolis area. So investors may want to enter into this region as a District 10 region.
Yeah, that's right. And also from the past few launches that we see, right, we can also see that 2-bedroom units, right, is no longer just an investor's choice. It's also very popular with young couples and smaller families. And in fact, for locations like this Holland Village, right, we also see buyers that they will come in for the vibrancy.
Yes, because the lifestyle there is very different. You see, especially what we call the DINK, the DINK. Dual income, no kid kind of couple, right?
Just to enjoy life.
Yeah, just to enjoy life. The lifestyle is there. You want hawker, you got cafe, you got pubs, you got ice cream shop, you got whatever you want in the Holland Village area.
Yes.
So I think they will appeal to the younger crowd. And I personally feel that they're really trying to target younger crowd, because you see the color scheme for Skye at Holland is a little bit more vibrant. You know, you got the bright orange, the blue. So it's very attractive to younger buyers, I feel. Okay, so next up, just to understand the surrounding a little bit more as well. In fact, Skye at Holland itself is this plot over here, the orange color plot, and you can see that it's predominantly surrounded by a lot of landed properties. And to be specific, these are GCB clusters. Okay, the good class bungalows clusters.
Not your usual.
Yeah, not the usual landed. Because I think GCB cluster is that you will never ever go. Or rather landed cluster, you never go high, right? Because it's almost impossible for the government to actually get them out of the place, right? So you would probably have a very permanent unblocked view in the time to come. In fact, the whole of 270 degrees.
Yes, not only view, you are having really good neighbors.
Yes, higher quality, higher lifestyle quality as well. And just a little bit more, as you zoom in and see, right, this is the kind of view that you will get. Unblocked landed view, because all these are low-rise houses. Okay, we have already gotten some info. 12 out of 18 stacks would come with unblocked views. Wow. So it's fantastic. Okay, and what does it really mean by surrounded by GCBs and landed? It's also because the density is lower and the area will not be so crowded as well. And better again, the desirability to actually move closer to Holland area is higher. Alright, and how about the supply in the region?
Supply in the region. Okay, so if we look at our 500-meter radius, we do only have 9 projects.
Only 9 projects?
Yes, okay. And which is a total of 742 units in total. And even if we zoom out to 1 kilometer, there is only 29 projects, which is, if we compare to the east side, let's say the Katong area, right?
Area?
Yes, within an area, you could have up to about 55
I think we did a quick check just now. Tanjong Katong MRT station in the 1 kilometer radius got 55 projects. But this one, in 1 kilometer radius, you only got about 29 projects.
Yes, that means you have very little competitors in terms of whether you want to sell or you want to rent out.
Yes, so in a point where the demand is high for the area but the supply is still low, then that is where your price can be very resilient and still have a very good support in terms of price. Alright, so if we look at this whole Queenstown area, right, this is the whole Queenstown planning area, about 1/3 of it is actually NUS, Educational Institute already. And then another 1/3, this blue color part, is what we call business hubs, science parks and things like that. Okay, and
that's where your rental demand.
That's where the rental is, because even NUS students they may also come from
Professors,
overseas,
yeah.
right? And then that leaves only very little orange color plot of land, what we call the residential plot of land. So in the whole Queenstown area, I think the desirability is there, right? People want to move into the area, but the supply of residential is pretty low in that sense. Okay, so today we are also going to share with you 3 reasons why you can consider buying Skye at Holland, and also later very objectively telling you another 3 reasons why you should reconsider maybe not get Skye at Holland
A balanced
itself.
view.
Yeah, so it's a balanced view, and we're going to start off with the 3 reasons why you can consider.
Okay, so right now we're looking at this Holland Village vicinity, and you can see that in fact it's a very built up area, and this is where we are now, and that's all.
Very established already lah.
Yes, so this is the Holland Village MRT, and you see that within the close vicinity right there is no more land that can...
No more empty plots of land. Maybe I can see somewhere here lah, but this is actually still subject to detailed planning, and it's still quite far away from MRT in that sense. If not, no more already, unless there's an en bloc in the older development, but these are very uncertain as well.
Yeah, probably around this area.
Yeah, so the last residential plot, that makes it even more rare in that sense. Let's talk a bit about the land bid price, because this would affect the price that you enter in the time to come, right? So this piece of land was actually sold earlier last year in 2024, right, at 805 million to a consortium developers that we mentioned earlier on. Okay, and if we translate this into PSF PPR per plot ratio, we are looking at about 1,285 per plot ratio. Now, is this 1,285 a good price or not? Let's take a look. All right, so what happened is that in 2025, at the outer core region of Singapore, all right, we already have 2 plots of land sold this year that exceeds the 1,300 PSF mark, and these are at the outskirts of Singapore. Whereas in Skye at Holland, right, we're talking about CCR in the core central region. So in Singapore context, typically for a CCR piece of land is supposed to be much more valuable, supposed to be much more expensive than an outer core region. But right now, we already see that OCR prices has surpassed the CCR pricing. Okay, and I think that Holland, they bought the land at such a good price. Hopefully we can have a very good entry price from the developer, right? If we were to compare the recent CCR land plots that's being sold as well, has also already exceeded 1,400 PSF mark.
And bear in mind that this plot is actually not that close to MRT station.
Yeah,
it's about a
600
12 minutes walk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 530 meter, about 10 to 12 minutes walk.
Yeah, but this is actually precisely the kind of pricing that CCR should be. It shouldn't be the 1,200 that we saw.
Yeah, I think that was very lucky, for the developer to get it at that price. Hopefully they will translate that luck to us also as consumers. Okay, so this plot of land is at Daniel Road, CCR. It should be this kind of pricing. Now, we're also looking at in the near vicinity, the Holland Link area. All right, this is actually a RCR plot. Not near any of the MRT. It's already sold for 1,400. So we can see Holland Bukit Timah area, the land price should be as such. But again, Skye at Holland land cost is at 1,285. It's a lot lower than that. Now, then you might think that in the future, actually there are still more plots coming up. I can reconsider buying in the future, but I think this is a golden opportunity not to be missed. Why? Because in the time to come, if we look at the Danyan plot, which is at higher PSF, higher land cost. The Holland plot is also at a higher land cost. They likely are going to sell at a higher price.
Yes.
Right? And the next thing is also because at the Holland Link area, these are actually not very near to the future MRT station. And this is actually the first plot that comes out of the 6 to 7 plot that's going to be launched in the future. So think about it. If today, right, you are buying into an area with a lot of supplies like this, then your future resale competition will be very high as well.
Correct.
As mentioned earlier on, we only got about 9 projects in the 500 meter radius. So yeah, I think it's safer to actually enter into somewhere with lesser resale competition.
Yeah. In terms of distance to MRT and also the amenities in the area, Yeah, like from what we see just now, right? Holland Village is a very mature and established.
I will still choose
Yes.
one Holland V area anytime lah.
Correct.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's kind of a new township. We also don't know what will happen. If you can enter early at such a good price, I think you'll be great as well. Okay, and talking about that, in fact, the Danian one is not even in District 10. District 10 is actually highly sought after. It's quite an atas district, right? So it's not even in District 10, it's in District 21, the Bukit Timah area. Okay, so not near any MRT.
So there's a difference between D10 and D21. You might say that it is near, but essentially it is a different kind of product.
Yeah, CCR and RCR. Okay, so we have compared with the Chuan Grove, the outer core region, and the Bayshore outer core region pricing. We also compare with Danian and Holland pricing, right? And right now, maybe we also compare with some of the past launches. For example, Nava Grove, Alta, and even the Ori. Their land price was about the same as what Holland, Skye Holland has to offer. It's around 1,200. Okay, Skye Holland is 1,285. Okay, Nava Grove is 1,233, 1,250 for Alta, and 1,250 for Ori. And these are already past launches. Meaning to say we already know their pricing already.
They already launched, and developers and buyers already bought in
at the kind of pricing.
Yes.
So let's see kind of, maybe we can predict how much will Skye Holland be sold at. Okay, so for Alta pricing, right, their land cost is actually 1,250, and they actually sold at an average price of about 2.8, maybe 2.8 highest, and some even 2,881, very close to 2,009 already. So I would say the average price is about 2,005 to 2,006 PSF. Alright, and then we take a look at Nava Grove, also launch ready. Their land cost is also about 1,233, right? Very similar to what we have at Skye Holland. They sold also average, I think about 2.5 to 2.6 lah. So over here, median price. Then we have the Ori at Toa Payoh. This is a RCR product at Toa Payoh, already hitting the $3,000 mark. So I think if you ask me today, if even at Skye and Holland, right, were to launch at 3,000, right, it still makes more sense for you to buy a District 10 Holland product. Yes. I don't know, I personally feel that way lah. Or as compared to Toa Payoh. I mean, Toa Payoh is nice, it's still a central region and such, but then again, Holland is a more premium district in that sense. So this slide, we actually extracted out the average prices of the CCR, RCR and OCR pricing, average price.
So historically, we can see that CCR is
usually higher.
Yes, much higher compared to RCR and OCR. So OCR is like the outskirt of Singapore. And you can see prices are already transacting at 2001. And after that, now CCR, of course, higher than OCR, and now CCR gap and RCR gap is actually very close
getting
together.
Close really.
Yes.
So
it's a very good opportunity for you to consider this area.
Yeah. So imagine today, okay, this is a CCR price at 3,001. And this is a RCR price at 2007. Imagine if today we can enter Skye at Holland somewhere around here, about 2829. I think that would be actually buying below a CCR price, which is going to be a very safe entry for you. Okay, so we have compared the future launches and the past launches, and now we also want to take a comparison at this nearest competitor, which is our neighbor here, One Holland Village Residences.
Yes. This development is very important for us to see because it only TOP last year. It's also a brand new development, also right in the heart of Holland Village. Let's look at the prices that it has been transacting. So since last year to now, right, it has been transacting at 2,700 PSF for the smaller units, all the way up to 3,300 for the 5 bedders.
And these are the recent resale transaction already, right? Even if we look at the rental demand in the area. Now, if you are an investor hoping to buy into the area, you want to see how's the performance of rental in the area, right? Then I got a good news for you, because at One Holland Village Residences, there's only a total of 296 units. Okay, and out of the 296 units, already have more than 50%.
180. Wow,
180 rented out already leh.
Yeah, that's more than half of it.
More than half. Because you see, all the 1 bedder 55, and then we got 2 bedder 92. 3-bedder also rented out, 4-bedder also, all added up together, 180 units out of 296 rented out. So as you can see, how high the demand rental is over there.
Yes. So if you are buying to rent out, right, there's no fear.
No fear, sure got demand one.
Yes.
Alright. In fact, I personally will choose a better layout as compared to OHV layout, because we pull out all the layouts and then we realize that the layout at One Holland Village not as ideal, I must say. Look at the 2-bed, 1-bath.
Yeah, being very polite to say that. Because, okay, when we look at the floor plan of One Holland Village, right, we can see that it has very huge balconies.
The balcony is already almost the size of the living dining. Can you imagine that?
And it also have this galley kitchen that isn't very
appealing. I think in today's market, the galley kitchen like this is not as appealing anymore, because if you realize, if you've been to show flats to see, right, a lot are having nook kitchen, meaning to say they tuck their kitchen one side.
Yeah, of course it's better than this, because even for a nook kitchen, right, you do have a dedicated space for cooking.
Yes.
Yeah, which means that you will not be, when you're cooking halfway, then somebody comes home and have to walk past you, that kind.
Yeah, correct. And also one thing to note, OHV, One Holland Village, is actually a non-harmonized project. So in the past, right, it actually includes aircon ledges, and huge PES like this into the floor plan. So again, your nearest competitor, your direct competitor in the resale market, like OHV, you actually stands a better edge over them in the time to come.
Yeah, and then one more good news for you is that despite this kind of layouts that we find that it might not be so desirable, it is actually performing very well. Like you can see from
already performing well, since even though their layout is not as ideal.
Yes, it's a very big difference, because you see for this huge kind of balcony, and then the size is only 700 plus, and for this one you can see 900 plus square feet, but it includes this, and
almost
it includes
like 200 square feet of PES outside already. So maybe this is only a 600 plus 700 kind of layout.
Correct. So anybody who have two products to choose, Skye Holland or One Holland Village, of course the choice is very obvious.
Yeah, it's very obvious lah, or we don't want to say lah. Even the bigger size, bigger unit type, we also look at very big balcony space. In fact, some of the areas like these are like wasted space also. The foyer itself, 为什么这样大
art gallery.
Such a big art gallery. Okay, yeah, probably. Also, not as ideal. 4-bedder at 2088 square feet. Can you imagine? It's crazy. 2088 square feet for a 4-bedder premium. And I think you got 1,000 square feet here, 有没有？应该有1,000，没有1,000 ，but it's really huge lah, and a lot of wasted space as well. Okay, so at Skye Holland, we don't officially have the floor plan yet, but I think given the track record of the developer like UOL and CapitaLand, they will be able to provide very, very good layout types.
We are expecting very efficient layouts rather than this kind,
hopefully.
Where when you buy property, each per square foot counts.
Yes, each square feet actually counts. Okay, so coming to this, as you compare, right, with our nearest neighbor OHV, we want to see, are we actually having a chance to buy back into the 2019 price, because OHV was launched in 2019. Okay,
so we don't have the
indicative price yet. So whatever you see on screen right now is indicative, our wishful thinking.
Okay, so let's say if the PSF they launch at 2,800.
Yes,
then this is the price that we are looking at. For 2-bedroom, it's about 1.6 quantum. And if it launch at 3,001 PSF, then the quantum we are expecting to see is about 1.8 million.
So it's 1.6 to 1.8 lah.
Yes.
But look at One Holland V transaction. It's already transacted at 1.6 to $2 million.
And their size is almost the same, 680 versus ours harmonized project So I would say that their layout is the same.
The usable space should be pretty much the same. So for two-bedder, in fact, you can see lowest price, we are hopeful that it can start from 1.86 million to about 2.3 million for the bigger size 2 plus study. Transacted at OHV also at 1.8 to 2.5 million even.
Already done. Already
done. And this is 4 years older project. Okay. 3-bedder compact 2.5 to 2.8 million already done at OHV 2.5 to also close to 2.8. Given a choice, I will still choose a newer product, right? 3-bedder premium, so on and so forth. But I want to bring your attention to the 4-bedder once again, the 2088 square feet. This is at 6.4 to 7.1 million. And that is a 4-bedder. A 4-bedder in Skye, Holland, wishful thinking would be around 3.5 million to 3.8 million. So I think the quantum is very palatable.
Yes.
As compared to 2088 square feet 4-bedder.
Unless you are a balcony lover.
I mean, yeah, I think we can do a lot of things in the balcony. Can play bowling as well, looking at that. Okay, so let's hope that we have a price point. Once the price is released, of course, we will also update all our clients. So at this point of time, if you're still watching us, just make sure that you click the like and subscribe button as we move on to the next chapter. And there's going to be the 3 reasons why you should reconsider this development. Okay, must think twice.
Yeah. So, of course, the first one will be that there's actually no school within the 1 kilometer radius. So, meaning to say, if you are a family with young kids, you might want to reconsider. This might not be the best choice for you. So, we have this...
Even the all-time favorite, Henry Park.
Henry Park is here. St. Margaret and ACS is here. So, you don't have one school that is really near if you are looking to buy for the address. Yeah, but looking at Holland Village, it's also the same location. Also no school, but then look at how it's performing.
Yep, it's still strong. Okay, so wasted lah. Henry Park is over here, just a little bit out of the region. We got no confirmation yet, but looking at this, likely it will fall outside the 1 km. But if it does luckily fall inside, I think that would be a really bonus icing on the cake. Yeah. Okay, next up, we also want to compare with UOL's previous project, right? Because by looking at their previous project, we can study their pricing strategy. So this is actually Upper House at Orchard Boulevard. They just launched this about a few months ago, right? Same developer. And how they actually do their per floor loading is that chances are you actually have a very huge gap between the lower floor and the higher floor. So take for example, again, this pricing is from Upper House at Orchard Boulevard. The level 3 actually purchased at 2,945 PSF. But as you go up all the way to the top floor of 35th floor, the buyer will eventually pay 3,500 over PSF.
That's an increase of about 20%.
That is an increase of about 21%. Okay, average 0.5% per floor jump. Okay, but in my opinion, in Skye, Holland, right, I personally feel that you do not have to pay this premium at the higher floor because it's already facing landed at unblocked. So today, if you are buying a level 4 or 5 or 6 or even up to level 10, I think
you still
get the unblocked view.
Yes.
So no point paying that $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 more for level 35. In this case, it's level 40 to get that full vast. Maybe it's a bit more windy. I don't know. What do you think?
It depends, but in investment point of view, when you want to exit, when you're going into the resale market, we do see that this is a very important factor that will affect the profit that you'll be getting. Because for the buyers, when they come, they will see that if I can get a lower floor at the same price, I will not be paying.
Yeah, why would they pay for higher floor?
Then at that point of time, you can't say that no, because I paid more at the launch. You won't be able to get back this kind of cost that you put in.
You can't cover it back lah. So if you want to find out more about how we can actually help our clients to do the unit selection very critically, then just remember to give us a call. Our contacts will be somewhere around this video. Alright, so per floor loading, make sure that you don't buy too high floor, because if you buy too high floor, then you might want to reconsider entering into this project, because it boils down to the ballot luck at the end of the day.
Not only the floor level, we're also looking at different facing.
Yep.
Yeah, whether it's worth it, and also depends on your investment objective.
Yep.
Yeah, and like
whether it aligns with your goal or not.
Yes, so there's a lot of factors that we consider when we choose the unit for you. So we can't do a general
one size fits all. Okay. And one last final reason why you should reconsider this project is that this project is actually a leasehold surrounded by a lot of other freehold. So we did a search here.
Yeah, so for here, right, we can see that of the whole list of condos within 600
meter radius,
there is only
two projects
that is leasehold.
Yep.
So this will also affect, when you want to exit, the people will say that this might be less valuable than a freehold project. Like, why should they?
Yep.
I tell you why should they?
Why?
Because look at the size actually. If you look at all the freehold projects, you actually notice that they are actually very small developments, and which means that
developments.
They will not be able to accommodate really good facilities. Yeah. So
landscaping will not be as nice.
Yes,
also.
it will be very basic. So one thing to give them credit is also that for a leasehold project, although it's leasehold, you can have very nice facilities.
Yeah, for sure. So I think it really depends lah. I think people who will buy leasehold will still buy leasehold. But I personally feel that the project size really matters. If it's a small boutique project, even if it's a freehold, you might not have chance to have that good capital gain in the time to come. It moves slightly slower. Not say it will move, it will just move very, very slow. Then time and opportunity cost will be there lah, to take place. So that's the reason why we would actually ask you to reconsider this project. At this time of filming, at this point, we still do not have the floor plan yet, but once the floor plan is released, we may just do a part 2 to help you with the floor plan analysis of Skye at Holland. So if you like our content so far, just continue to support us by liking and subscribing to our channel, and we're gonna see you in the next video, hopefully the part 2 of Skye at Holland very, very soon. Alright, so thanks again, Pepe, and we're gonna see you soon. Bye bye.